Pride builds walls between people. Humility builds bridges. It's not what you do, but how much love you put into it that matters. Nothing shapes your life more than the commitments you choose to make. The ultimate test of faith is not how loudly you praise God in happy times, but how deeply you trust Him in dark times. The more you pray, the less you'll panic. The more you worship, the less you worry. You'll feel more patient and less pressured. If you're alive, there's a purpose for your life. True humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. You cannot fulfill God's purposes for your life while focusing on your own plans. People may refuse our love or reject our message, but they are defenseless against our prayers. The greatest tragedy is not death, but life without purpose. We are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners of it. The only really happy people are those who have learned how to serve. God changes caterpillars into butterflies, sand into pearls, and coal into diamonds using time and pressure. He's working on you too. If you prayed as much as you worry, you'd have nothing to worry about. We become whatever we're committed to. A lie doesn't become truth, wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good, just because it's accepted by a majority. Not everything in this life has a happy ending, but this life is not the end of the story. Never let an impossible situation intimidate you. Let it motivate you to pray more, trust more, expect more. The best use of life is love. The best expression of love is time. The best time to love is now. A pretentious, showy life is an empty life. A plain and simple life is a full life. Life minus love equals zero. The way you think determines the way you feel, and the way you feel determines the way you act. Experience is not what happens to you. It is what you do with what happens to you. Don't waste your pain. Use it to help others. You'll find success in life when you stop trying to include God in your plans and instead ask God to include you in His. If you prayed as much as you complain and quarrel, you'd have a lot less to argue about and much more peace of mind. God sometimes removes a person from your life for your protection. Don't run after them. God intentionally allows you to go through painful experiences to equip you for ministry to others. God never does anything accidentally, and He never makes mistakes. It's easy to demonize from a distance. Unkind people need your kindness the most. They advertise their pain. Faithful servants never retire. You can retire from your career, but you will never retire from serving God. Great opportunities are often disguised as small acts of service. Forgiveness must be immediate, whether or not a person asks for it. Trust must be rebuilt over time. Trust requires a track record. If God only used perfect people, He would have no one to use. You weren't put on earth to be remembered. You were put here to prepare for eternity.